Thank you for downloading NurseMind. In this brief video, we'll review the procedure for creating a protocol. Now remember, a protocol is simply a short to-do list. It's a set of tasks, of which you would do many of these in the course of an ordinary nursing shift, many protocols. Some of the lists have just a few items on them. Some of them are long. The example that we'll look at here is quite a simple one. It's a protocol that you might conduct if a patient presents in your emergency room with back pain. This protocol has only 3 tasks in it. It's an easy one, but it demonstrates the procedure. The first task that we've identified is you want to take your patient's vital signs. For each task, we must also make our best guess how long we think it'll take us to do the task, its duration, and we're saying 3 minutes for vital signs, and therefore, well, I'll talk about deadlines in a moment. Okay. The second task is medication administration. How long does it take you to go and get that pill and give it to your patient, or whatever the med is? Well, let's say another 3 minutes for that one. And finally, now you can discharge your patient. How long does it take you to give them their discharge instructions and conduct the discharge procedure? And we're guessing that that's maybe 5 minutes. Perhaps you have to print something out, answer some questions, have some conversation. Okay, now for each of these 3 tasks, we want to say how many minutes from the start of the protocol should the task be completed. So the first task, taking 3 minutes, should be completed within 3 minutes from the start of the protocol. The second task, taking 3 minutes, should be completed within 6 minutes of the start of protocol. That is 3 plus 3. And the third task, taking 5 minutes, is 3 plus 3 plus 5, which is 11 minutes from the start of protocol. In other words, from start to finish, I'm expecting that it will take me about 11 minutes to complete this protocol for my patient. Okay. Now, having identified the tasks, I can go ahead and actually create the protocol in the app. So I click Advanced. In the Advanced screen, we edit data. In the Edit Data screen, we choose Protocols. In Protocols, we hit plus to say I'm going to create a new protocol. Let's give it a name. Let's call it Emergency Back Pain. Save the name. Now, the next step is to decide which kind of protocol this is. There are 2 kinds. By far the most common kind is where all the deadlines are relative to the start of the protocol. A few times we have protocols where the deadlines are relative to the end of the protocol. For example, if I have a patient going in to have a surgical procedure and the procedure starts at 3 p.m., then all my patient prep steps should be completed by 3 p.m. In other words, the deadlines for all those tasks are relative to the end of the protocol. However, the protocol that we're creating right now, the emergency room back pain protocol, those are all relative to the start of the protocol. So we choose that. And now we decide what our 3 tasks are. All 3 of these tasks already exist in the app. We don't need to create new ones, so we'll just choose it from a list. And the first task, remember, was vital signs. Got to spell it right. Vitals. Monitoring vital signs. There we go. Now let's modify this task. Let's say, what is its duration? 3 minutes. Good. We'll keep that. And what is its deadline? Well, first we have to turn deadline on. And now we're going to set its deadline to 3 minutes from the start of the protocol. Now I need to decide which badges to give the task. Does it require supplies? No. I do want to document my patient's vitals. I don't need to record I/O. So, just one of the badges. There it is, the D badge. That means document it. Now we'll add the second task. And this task, remember, is medication administration. Let's find it. There are a lot of them here. Some of these are for different routes, like IV meds and so on. I'm just going to pick this simple one right here, medication administration. And duration, I don't think it'll take me 5 minutes. I'm going to set this to 3. Save. Let's set its deadline. Now remember, this one we had said was going to be due within 6 minutes of the start of the protocol. So I set it to 6. Does it require supplies? Yes, of course, I have to go and get the med. I should document that I gave the patient the med. Am I recording IO? No, it's not a med-surg unit. It's an emergency room. So I'm going to turn that badge off and save. There we go. So this one has the documentation badge, the supplies badge, and we're almost done. We just have a third task to add to our list. And what task is this? Remember, this one was discharge instructions. Here we go. And let's go and edit that one. And look at that. It's already got the duration of 5 minutes and the deadline of 11 minutes. Perfect. I don't have to change a thing. It must be documented that I gave my patient the discharge instructions. Does it require supplies? Maybe. All right. Here we go. Let's turn that one on. Task and protocol. There we go. And I'm all done. That's it. I put the 3 tasks in the protocol, set their durations and deadlines. I am finished. So now you have seen the procedure for creating a protocol in NurseMind, and thanks again for downloading NurseMind.